Castaway. We are castaways. Ahoy there, ahoy. We are castaways.
Yeah, so this film is just Castaway.
From the Backyardigans.
No, from the Tom Hanks. Wilson! You know that one?
I think the Backyardigans episode is more accurate.
You know what? That's the right level of silly. I can believe that. Although Castaway is pretty silly as well, so.
Castaway. We are castaway.
This is a very unoriginal Disney Channel original movie.
But it's original in the realm of Disney Channel original movies. No other DCOM does this.
No, this is the most action, honestly, decom, weirdly.
Hey, they brought back the guns.
Yeah. Also, you say that, but like, even Steven's movies was the same.
You know what? Yeah.
It's just Survivor Fever.
And you know what? Wizards was a little similar too. I'm a liar.
Yeah.
Castaway. Welcome everybody to DCOM Duo Podcast.
Benji.
I'm Kelsey. Podcast. Woohoo.
Yeah, today we're talking about Jumping Ship.
Yeah, the sequel to Horse Sense.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know it by the way it's titled.
You wouldn't know it by the way it's dressed, but
it's a sequel to Horse Sense. It's the Andrew Lawrence and not the Andrew Lawrence brothers, just the Lawrence brothers.
The Lawrence brothers.
The Lawrence brothers are back.
As people who only really know the Lawrence brothers truthfully from the Disney Channel movies, we have a very incorrect view of like their fame levels.
Yeah, to me, Andrew Lawrence is the star, and he's definitely the least famous out of the three of them.
Yeah. But this is the one true Lawrence brothers film. Obviously, Horse Sense was a lead into this.
Right, and yeah, the middle Lawrence brother like was technically in Horse Sense, but only for like 2 seconds. This one, they're all three starring in it.
If you haven't seen Horse Sense, honestly, don't worry about it. They really could have made this film with original characters.
Oh, you could have watched this movie without seeing the first one and
not realize there was a first one.
Well, you could just, you could completely understand what's happening because the characterization and stuff from the first movie doesn't really matter. Like, they reference the ranch and the bench and stuff, but like, you could just take that as.
There's several things that are referenced, and it is clear that they did view this as a continuation of the story, but it's also like such a different plot.
Yeah.
And nothing is explained in a way that would be confusing if you saw it in the wrong order.
No. I feel like as a kid, there was multiple times where I would see like the second movie in a franchise, and that's what I grew up on without really seeing the first. And I didn't need the context.
I'm honestly just surprised Disney Channel said, yeah, let's make this explicitly a sequel.
Yeah, well.
They could have done this plot with different characters. I wonder.
But then, like, they didn't have to do any legwork of how these characters know each other and their dynamics. It's already there, you know?
But then that also makes it so you have the Lawrence brothers all in a movie, and none of them are brothers.
Well, 2 of them are related, at least.
Yeah. But they're not brothers in the film.
No.
And then the third one just looks like them, but lives in Australia.
I'm pretty sure that the Jonas Brothers aren't brothers in Camp Rock.
And that's a conspiracy theory. I'm hoping Camp Rock 3.
Yeah, I'm hoping Camp Rock 3 answers that.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
We are. Okay, yeah, we'll get into the movie.
Yeah, well, first.
Do factos.
Yeah. First off, quick record-keeping business here. Between this episode's release date and the next episode after this, which will spin at the end of the episode to reveal what it is, Descendants Wicked Wonderland is releasing.
Elephant in the room, Wicked Wonderland finally has a release date.
And it's in 2 weeks.
It's in 2 weeks.
It's really soon.
Yeah.
We're going to not record that one live.
No, we haven't even done Descendants 3 yet. Or Descendants Res Red, so.
And let me tell you, we have thoughts.
We do. We have lots of thoughts. But, yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there. But just know that we are going to watch it. And we'll have thoughts eventually on it.
Yeah. The other, I guess I can mention, Camp Rock 3 is releasing a month afterwards. And we will probably have an episode of that shortly after.
We probably will, because we have covered both Camp Rocks. So we can just talk about Camp Rock 3 right away. We probably will.
But yeah, wanted to get that out of the way. Second of all, we seem a little out of sorts. This is our first time recording an episode in like over a month,
A
I
few
think.
weeks at least.
Because we
We went on
had
vacation.
a vacation and we were pre-recording stuff ahead of that time for that.
Dream
And in that whole
vacation.
time, we got no fan mail.
No, I don't think we did.
uh, yeah. But if you want to send us fan mail, if you want to change that number, email us at the dcomduo@gmail.com. Comment on our YouTube.
Yeah.
Do something else.
Let us know your thoughts on any DCOM. We've seen them all.
We have seen them all.
Okay, let's do the factos.
Yeah. This film released August 17th, 2001.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 31st DCOM.
Pretty early.
Pretty early.
Yeah.
But like it's a sequel.
Yeah.
And they really pumped them out early on. So like especially for that fact.
What was the first sequel? Was it Xenon?
Xenon was the first sequel. I think this was the second. I'm not 100%
Interesting.
confident on that fact though.
Yeah, I can look really quick because I wonder when like Halloween Town came out too.
Oh, you're probably right. I think Halloween Town High or not High. Return to
There's
Halloween.
the sequel in 2001.
Halloween Town 2 Calibar's Revenge. That's the right.
Okay, Xenon the Sequel, Jumping Ship, and Halloween Town 2 all came out in 2001.
Yep, I got it on my number here.
First
Looks
was
like
Xenon.
Jumping Ship was in between because Halloween Town was released around Halloween.
Yep, Xenon was in January, Jumping Ship was in August, and Halloween Town was in October. Totally makes sense for all three of those.
Yeah.
So,
I'm looking through the entire 2001 year of DCOMs, and it's like, wow, we've covered all of them except when obviously we're covering Jumping Ship right now, except Luck of the Irish.
It's crazy we haven't
And they
done Luck
released
of the
like
Irish
one
yet.
a year or one a month that entire year.
Wow. They really pumped them out in 2001 and 2002.
And 2000. Like the first 99 through 2001.
They were just pumping those puppies out.
Really bloated the numbers up.
Yeah.
All right. The director of this film is Michael Lange.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done a lot of TV episodes and stuff. Not really films much in his catalog, but this is a TV film that he did. But shows that he's done include The OC, 90210, Buffy, One Tree Hill, The X-Files, Dawson's Creek, Bones, Criminal Minds. Like, he's pretty prolific in the TV directing episode space, but...
Fun.
Yeah, nothing that interesting from the films. Our cast, truthfully, like, I wrote more people down, but truthfully, it's just a 3-person machine.
Basically, yeah.
And it's the Lawrence brothers.
Yes.
So first build is Joseph Lawrence.
Yeah, I think Joey Lawrence is the most famous. I think.
It's either him or Matthew.
Yeah, it's not Andrew.
It's not
unfortunately.
Andrew. Joey Lawrence was a sitcom child star. He was in Blossom. He was in Melissa and Joey, Give Me a Break, and Brotherly Love. All of the brothers were in Brotherly Love.
Whoa.
Brothers, by the way, have a rewatch podcast for Brotherly Love.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
So that's what Andrew Lawrence is up to.
Actually, I think what he's up to now is the most interesting of the three.
Oh, okay. We'll get to him.
He had a lead role in Disney Animation's Oliver and Company.
That was a movie.
Yeah. He had some success as a singer-songwriter. He had a top 20 hit called Nothing My Love Can't Fix.
Okay.
The brothers also were briefly a band, 3 of them, called Still 3. Not that successful, though.
Didn't Andrew Lawrence play an instrument and go into the mat? Was he a drummer? I don't even know.
He was a drummer.
He was a drummer. Maybe he actually plays drums.
I don't know. Joseph Lawrence was a contestant on Celebrity Big Brother.
I watched that a little bit.
He was on Dancing with the Stars. He was on The Masked Singer.
This makes me think that he's the most famous out of them. Although, okay, Matthew's also
that's washed up stars, though.
I know, but like, they wouldn't want somebody you've never heard of at all.
Yeah. More recently, he's had small TV, streaming, movie roles. Also, all 3 brothers right now are making a graphic novel where they're all like Scooby-Doo style detective.
Oh.
I found like a press article about that. I couldn't find much more details.
Huh, so they do a lot of stuff together, huh?
I think they realize they can bank in on themselves as like a collective much more than they can bank themselves as themselves right now.
Yeah, that's just like the Jonas Brothers.
Still have a good enough relationship to go through with that.
Yeah, okay.
Playing the role of Jake Hunter is Matthew Lawrence. He had film roles in Mrs. Doubtfire, he's one of the kids there, the hot chick, Kiki's Delivery Service.
Mm.
He's had major TV roles in Boy Meets World, and then also, of course, Brotherly Love with his brothers.
Yeah, thing most people know him from is Boy Meets World,
I
I
think so.
think. Yeah.
I mean, like, he is a main character in Mrs. Doubtfire, but that's like a kid role in a movie that's just
Yeah.
about Robin Williams being
Hmm.
Robin Williams. Notably, he has the same name in this film, Jake Hunter, that he does for his character in Boy Meets World.
Shut the fuck up. Is it supposed to be the same guy? No way.
Presumably not. I
No
don't know
way.
enough about Boy Meets World, but they give a pretty detailed backstory to this universe's Jake Hunter.
Yeah, but I don't think he lived in Australia in
No,
Boy Meets
no, that's what I'm
World.
saying. That's why I don't think it's the same.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's saying. I mean, Jake Hunter's a pretty basic ass name, but still, it's weird.
Yeah. Um, he was a contestant on The Masked Singer as well.
Mhm.
And him and his brother Andrew are going to be in the upcoming A Royal Christmas Switch. I
Wait,
mainly mentioned that because I realized you probably didn't know A
is
Royal Christmas Switch is coming.
is that related
I
to
think
Princess
so.
Switch? I have to look this
I
up.
don't know for a fact. I read the
A
title and I went,
Royal
ooh.
Christmas Switch. A prince swaps lives with his look-alike, who has no idea he's royalty. This has to be related to Christmas Switch, or yeah, Princess Switch is what I meant.
Mhm.
But
Right?
maybe it's not. Maybe they're just ripping it off. But it is, yeah, Matthew Lawrence and Andrew Lawrence. It's not, Vanessa Hudgens and Vanessa Hudgens. They just cast brothers. Refers to the
Are we
wild.
sure it's not a dual role for one of them, anyways? Because I don't think these days Andrew Lawrence and Matthew Lawrence look particularly like identical.
I can't figure out if they're related or not. I'll have to figure that out later. I'm not getting a clear answer.
They're
Okay.
hiding it from
But
you.
I will definitely watch that, especially because Andrew Lawrence is in it.
Speaking of Andrew Lawrence, he plays Tommy Biggs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is the last time we get to talk about Andrew Lawrence.
yeah.
Just
The
sad.
DCOM King, the
Yeah.
OG DCOM King.
Well, Ryan Merriman was right there.
Ryan
So,
Merriman is right there. Um, the two of them really.
yeah, they were making decoms at the same time.
Although again, Andrew Lawrence is in 4, Ryan Merriman's only in 3.
Right. So Andrew wins, I guess,
Yeah,
in my heart.
yeah. We talked about him in Going to the Mat and The Other Me, and of course, Horse Sense.
Hmm.
He's the main role of Recess, so
Yeah,
big Disney Channel energy there.
that was a pretty big show. Yeah.
And of course, he was in Brotherly Love with his brothers.
Hmm.
He had roles on Hawaii Five-O and the United States of Terra. He's done voice acting for Battlefield 4 and Dead Rising 3.
Mm.
Now he's really a director. He's
Okay.
really moved into that, mainly of like low budget Lifetime esque or specifically for Lifetime films.
Hmm.
Yeah. He's directed his brothers, I believe, on multiple occasions.
Fun.
One that I found interesting is he directed the film A Deadly Deed, which starred Joey Lawrence and Joey's daughter, Charleston.
Okay.
And that's how Joey met his current wife, Samantha Cope. She was also acting in that film. They weren't like
Huh.
dating or anything. Just Andrew cast both of them, and he's always got that out for his brother now.
Wow. Hooked him up with his wife.
Yeah.
Fun.
All right. Now to just quickly go through some of the other people in here.
Yeah, we barely have
Uh,
anything for these guys.
Playing Andrew Lawrence's mom, Tom E's mom, that is Jules Biggs, is Susan Walters. She was in multiple soaps. She was in Young and Restless and Loving. She also had roles on One Tree Hill, Purple Hearts, Vampire Diaries, Teen Wolf.
Cool. And she's back from Horse Sense. She was the
Yes.
same. Yeah.
Playing the role of Glenn Woods, that's Michael's dad, is Stephen Burleigh. He was recast for this film.
So he was not
I
in
was
Horse
curious
Sense.
about that when watching. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like, is that the same guy? It's not.
he's really not done much of note.
He barely had a role in the first
Yeah.
movie, and he barely has a role in this one. So
And then the main big bad Frox in this film.
Frakes,
Frakes.
Frogs? I don't know.
They definitely said it at one point.
They
I should know.
did?
Yeah.
I never caught that.
It's Anthony Wong.
Okay.
He has the role of Ghost in the Matrix films, which is a not unnotable role. I don't
Okay.
think he's in the first Matrix film, but in
Oh,
like every one other. Sure.
that's really all I've seen is the first one,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Otherwise, lots of smaller project credit stuff like The Family Law, The 12, Queen of Oz, but he's still a very active actor.
Cool. Oh my god.
The fun facts I put down is this was filmed on location in Australia.
Fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't like New Zealand and they pretended.
No, it was actually Australia.
That's awesome.
Uh, and I will note, like, I couldn't find any budget information or anything, but especially with like the filming scene difference and especially the stunts that they were doing here,
Hmm.
I really feel this had a bigger budget than most DCOMs.
Maybe. I
I
don't
couldn't
know.
find anything on that information, but like my gut says this was like tier above what a normal DCOM budget is.
I mean, they were starting to take off. Decoms
Yeah.
were
While filming this movie, the Lawrence family adopted a puppy and they named her Tiffany after the boat in the film.
cute. They're like, we're in this movie together.
Yeah.
But it's called Tiffany. That's really cute.
Do you want the Disney Plus description?
Yeah.
It's a first class adventure for Michael and his cousin when they charter a private yacht for fun filled cruise off the coast of Australia. Until the yacht turns out to be a broken down fishing boat complete with a rusting hull. When they find themselves being chased by modern day pirates, their only option is to jump ship with the boat's captain. Stranded on an island without any of the conveniences of home, these three castaways now must work together if they hope to survive and be rescued.
Yeah.
It's really out of nowhere that they bring up the pirates, because that's like the main plot of the movie, really.
I mean,
And
it's like
Desert
the
Island.
second sentence when they find themselves being chased by
I know.
pirates.
But
That
like
is
the
what
first one's
happened.
all about, oh, the yacht wasn't legit.
That's fair.
It's just to me like it shows how weird this plot is.
Yeah, and it didn't mention horse sense at all.
No,
Like, sequel to horse sense. Like, no, you wouldn't
genuinely, you
know.
could show this film to someone and they probably would think it's not a sequel.
Yeah.
And it's like it makes sense when you have watched the first one. It is a sequel, but like
Yeah.
realistically, this movie is just flawed in the fact that nothing. It's both trying to be like serious because Horse Sense was a serious movie.
Hmm.
It was a melodrama.
But this is definitely more lighthearted than horse sense was.
It's silly and got some gags,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna applaud those gags throughout this
Hmm.
walkthrough that we're doing here. But it's also like so many times I'm like, what are you doing with this plot? What's going on here?
Yeah.
This is really just wild.
Yeah. Going back to like how this doesn't feel like a sequel, like you could totally watch this movie and you just maybe would be like if they felt a little underbaked character wise, but otherwise it was fine. Like
Yeah.
you're like, wait, what was with the ranch? And
Like
he
even
said his
knowing the
horse.
characters, all these serious scenes that they're trying to do don't land, and I think
Yeah.
it's the fact that they're all coming at moments when like their life's in danger,
Hmm.
and you wouldn't be like fight or flight wouldn't be telling you to go have these emotional moments. The amount of relief people have when they're like escaping gunfire is not enough.
That's fair. Yeah, they don't take it seriously enough
No.
sometimes.
So like if you want those serious moments, you have to take the rest seriously. But I'm happy they don't for the most part because it's
Hmm.
more fun. Just this is an easy, stupid watch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we can get into the movie.
All right, you ready to jump into the movie?
Ready to cloud nine this movie.
I'm on cloud nine. Ah, just kidding. I'm jumping ship right now. We open up. Tommy's on a horse. We're back, baby. This is where we were in horse sense, but it's not horse sense. It's jumping ship.
It's jumping ship.
You wouldn't know it by this title card that this is about a beach shipwreck because he's on a horse right now, but
Yeah,
we'll get there.
they get there both quick and not quick. They get to
Yeah,
Australia really quick.
which is good,
They get
but
on the island. Like they have
it's like
longer
a
on the
half an hour.
boat scenes than I expected.
Yeah, it did kind of feel like they were on the boat for a while, but I guess they're kind of establishing the dynamics between these
Yeah.
characters with like Jake and everything. But yeah, anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. So a truck pulls out the road on the ranch. Tommy doesn't look happy. Mom's on the phone with Michael, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm growing my own food. I have farmer in me after all." And Mom's like, "Tommy, ready to go?" Or no, sorry. And then he's like, "Is Tommy all ready to go?" And Mom's like, "Oh yeah, he's been packed for 3 days. He's so excited. We're going to Australia." And then they pan out and we see that Michael isn't actually gardening himself. He like paid someone to garden for him
Yeah.
because he's still a spoiled rich boy, even though he learned hard lessons last movie.
They actually, I was paying attention to it because we're obviously viewing this more critically in here.
Hmm.
They don't undo his character progress like I mentally thought they
Not
did.
completely, no.
Like, he's never actually an asshole in this film. Not
No,
a single
the
time.
only time like he's on his phone is because he's trying to get a job.
Yeah.
It's because he put off getting a job. And like he still has people doing
He's
stuff for him.
lazy and snobby, but like, there is the character development. It's not a full reversal.
No, it's definitely
He's
not.
starting from a much better spot.
And he and Tommy don't really have a
A
lot
fight,
of
really.
a fight or even like the growth again that they already did all that last movie and we don't need to revisit that, which is good. Like they're just kind of fine throughout the whole movie, which is good because they had other problems going on. Um, okay, Tommy rides up to the house and he gets on the phone and Michael's like, "You out riding my horse again?" He's like, "Yeah, he's getting pretty fast." Michael decided that he's like, "Oh, while we're in Australia, I'm gonna charter a yacht so we can go deep sea fishing for 2 days." It's like, "Oh, awesome! Can't wait! Bye." And meanwhile, Tommy hates mom's new boyfriend, who like may or may not actually be her boyfriend right now, but like they hint that yeah, they're they're
Their
kind of dating.
thing.
They're kind of a thing, yeah.
That's a ship I'm jumping to.
Michael's dad then talks to Michael while Michael's in the pool, and he's like, "I'm going to work at my job, which you don't have. Why don't you have a job? You said you would get one by the end of the summer." He's like, "Also, my accountant called, and the trip to Australia is $4,000 more than you said it was going to be." And Michael's like, "Yeah, well, Roxanne is in Hawaii, which is like right next to Australia. So I said, come on over. And I paid for it." And Dad's like, "You don't have a job to pay this money back."
I just want to put a pin in this Roxanne moment.
Uh-huh.
We'll unpin it later. Just noting that I want to mention it later on.
Okay. Put a pin in that. And then the dad's like, "You need a job." And Michael's like, "I don't want to be an attorney though." And he's like, "I don't care what you do. I don't care if you want to be an attorney. I just care that you have a job and you pay me back or you're going to have to come and work for me." And Michael's like, "As a partner?" He's like, "No, not as a partner. You'd have to be a lawyer
What?
to
Like
be a
it's
partner."
hard?
Like it's hard. You'd have to pass the bar to be a partner. No, you would be like a clerk. What was it? Like
File
a
clerk.
file clerk, yeah.
He's like, that's how I started when I
When I became a lawyer, yeah. And Michael is like, "Oh, I do not want to do that." Meanwhile, Tommy unsaddles his horse and step boyfriend, his name's Mark, he gives him a going away present, but Tommy's like,
Tom's
"Man,
like, no.
I don't want it." And the mom comes over and he's like, "I know what he's trying to do, helping around the farm." And and it's like, "Oh, he's just being a friendly neighbor." So we're like, "Oh, he's the neighbor, not officially mom's boyfriend, I guess."
Tom's like, well, he likes
He
you.
likes you. And mom's like, "I like him too." Oh,
Tommy goes, well, just because you do doesn't mean I have to.
I don't want another dad.
Uh, Tommy's entire arc in this movie, again, it mainly annoys me because when we get to like life or death situations, he's still like, I really hope my mom knows that I'm okay with Mark.
Yeah, like that's all he cares about in this movie.
Like right now, I would say it's less bad, but it's also, my God, DCOMs. And I can say this as kid who had dad die during childhood.
Mhm.
Like, shut up. You have enough dead parent plots. You have enough, I don't want him to be my dad. I don't want to forget him moments.
You won't forget him. No one's trying to replace your dad. It happens so much.
So much.
Actually, all the time.
And this one where it feels so ham-fisted in, I understand you have to have an arc for Tommy.
Yeah, but this is all Tommy does all movie, really.
Yeah. He doesn't have any other characterization. I feel like Michael's characterization is way more interesting, especially to where we left off with his character.
Yeah.
Whereas Tommy's just like, what are we doing?
And I was actually really disappointed after watching it because rewatching Horse Sense, I loved Tommy's character. I thought he was fantastic. And in this one, he's not really doing much. He's kind of a nothing character in this one. Like he doesn't have that same like personality spark that he did in the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
So that was disappointing. Yeah, mom's like, "No one's trying to replace your dad." And he's like, "Good, no one will." And she's like, "Of course not. Come on, give him a chance. Maybe you could be friends. Okay, let's go catch your plane." And Tommy leaves the gift behind. It's all wrapped and he didn't unwrap it. He's like, "I don't want that."
Yeah. He presumes love to bring it on the trip. This is the only scene we get of the Dude Ranch, and assuredly, this is not the same set as they used
You don't think so?
previously.
I would have to look at like horses again
So
to
I'm thinking they
see.
did a good job recreating this
It
set because it
does.
looks good.
We didn't watch these back to back. It's been like what has it been a year? I don't know how long it's been since we watched Horse Sense, but like it's been definitely long enough that we wouldn't remember if it was the exact ranch or not.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's probably fine. Yeah, they have like 2 seconds at the ranch, and the rest of the movie's in Australia. So, oh my God, guess what? We're in Australia.
Oh, yeah, you can tell because they show the Sydney Opera House.
Yes, even I don't know if they're staying in Sydney. They must be close to Sydney, right?
I mean, even if they're not,
It's so small of a country
no,
that
Australia's a giant country.
well, yeah, but also
I
no.
mean, everyone only ever lives on like the east
Yeah.
coast of it or whatever it is. But like, no, it's big enough that it would be incorrect to show it if they were in a different city.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
they're also like, we're not going to say what city it is, so let's just show the thing that people know from Australia.
Yeah.
Australia has one building landmark.
They're probably close to Sydney because they're gonna say like a resort. I don't know. I'm assuming they have resorts near
Yeah, well, I
Sydney.
mean, it could be Melbourne, it could be Brisbane.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. They roll up in a limo. So it's Michael and Tommy, and they come out of the limo and they're wearing matching suits,
I
and
love
it's so cute.
so many of these like small gags in the movie. I just really appreciate and like.
Yeah.
I like how they let this movie be stupid, except when
Mhm.
they don't.
Yeah, it's so cute. They're like matching blue suits. The girl at a table's watching them, and they have a driver take a picture of them, and the girl walks over, right? And she bumps into Michael like, "Oh,
Oh, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I'm so sorry." And she's all sexy, so he's all like, "Ooh, smitten." But she takes his wallet.
Yeah.
He
And
didn't
he
notice.
didn't notice. He was too busy checking out her ass as she left.
Exactly, exactly.
This is an adult podcast.
So then they go to the yacht that Michael chartered, and they get on the yacht. It's very fancy. There's like champagne and food. And the captain comes in, and Michael's like, "Oh, hey, will you get our bags for our cameras and also bring us some sodas?" And the captain's like, "You're on the wrong craft. This is a private yacht, so get out." And he's like, "This isn't the Tiffany?" And he's like, "No, the Tiffany's over there."
Yeah. You cut through Michael explaining to Tommy like, oh, this is like the company Tiffany, the family,
Oh, is it like
the
Tiffany
Tiffany
and
and
Co?
Company.
That's what he
He
thought.
said like, I'm pretty sure this is their yacht, and they just charter on the weekends when they're not using it. How lucky for us.
So dumb. He didn't do any research on
No,
this at all.
this dude is the most scammable guy alive. I get why pirates would spend like 2 weeks chasing after him with no
Mhm.
other targets.
Yeah. So they go over to the Tiffany, and we see the lady from earlier who took his wallet. She brings it to her sleazy partner, and they're like, he's worth a lot of money, so we're gonna go after him some more. And that just like kicks off their plot for the movie.
Imagine you're a thief and you know someone is so rich you decide, hey, the right call here is not actually to just take their money. I'm gonna go kidnap this kid and hold him for ransom.
Hold him for ransom. And we can get a ransom for him. And we
This
won't get
plot, this is
caught.
not a plot done in DCOMs. This is a very DCOM feeling movie, but
Yeah.
it is a unique plot in that sense.
Yeah. I
There's not
mean,
as much life or death as this movie really.
there have been a lot of decoms where like kids are held up in some warehouse though. That
Yeah.
actually does happen a lot. This is a
Yes.
little different than that because they're like
I
on an
think it's the
island.
fact that they're treating them all as adults and there's
Yeah,
active guns being pointed at them.
and Tommy's the only kid,
Yeah.
and even then he's like a teenager. Okay. So the boys make it to the Tiffany, which is a much more humble boat. I wrote. Jake pops out. He's all greased up from working down on the boat, and we learn that he's the captain, and he's like this young, hot, like guy in his 20s,
He
right?
really looks like a sexy cowboy from last
He
movie.
kind of looks like a Lawrence. He kind of looks like Johnny's brother and
Mm.
Tommy's brother. But yeah, he was sexy cowboy last movie, and they're just pretending like it's a different guy because he didn't even speak in the last movie. Anyway, yeah, he says you're the captain of this heap, and Jake's like, yeah, she's solid, and Michael says, Tommy, if this was a horse, we would shoot it and put it out of its misery.
Again, Michael's descriptions of like everything in this movie is very like imaginatory.
Yeah.
It's
He's very
very
expressive
yeah.
in this movie. He's funny.
He's the
Like,
best part of this
he
movie.
is, and like Tommy doesn't really do
Tommy
anything.
does jack.
I really like Jake as a character, and to me he was kind of a shining light in this movie.
It's
Um,
really for all our Andrew Lawrence praise that we have. It's just his character does nothing in
this is
this
like
film.
I think this is his worst movie,
I think
and not
so.
by anything he's doing, just the
The
writing.
worst movie for him.
Yeah, for him, because his character isn't doing anything. Like every other movie he's in, his character is doing a lot,
Yeah.
and this one is just like they gave Andrew nothing to do. Okay. So Michael's like, I want my money back. And Jake's like, you put a non-refundable deposit down, like I'm not gonna give it back. And he's like, okay, well, bye. And Jake's like, fine, well, I'm gonna leave it an hour whether you're here or not. So they're like, okay, we really want to go deep sea fishing. I don't know why he doesn't just give up on this deep sea fishing thing. They
I
really could
think
just go to the resort.
I also think his dad wants him not spending money. He's already kind of in trouble for that.
So it's like
So
since
they
it's
need to
not
have to get another
refundable.
hotel or um like
Oh, you don't think they have the
not
room
just
ready
not
yet?
having the money. Yeah, I don't think they have the room ready.
I just wonder how much this deposit was that he's like, I don't want to lose out on that money. Like, I don't know. It can't be that expensive. It's
Also,
not like a
somehow he goes through this whole scene of trying to find another boat before realizing he doesn't have his wallet.
no, he doesn't even realize yet he doesn't have his wallet until
No.
he's on the boat and they're like out at sea. Which I guess why would he need his wallet right now? I don't know.
Yeah.
But they get on the boat. Jake shows them around. Later, they're off at sea. Michael is like on his phone calling for a job, which is like it is a little annoying that he's like on vacation with Tommy and he keeps calling for a job. Like, do that when you get home. I don't know.
Yeah. And he eventually gets
He
called out on
does.
it and realizes, like he says,
He doesn't even really get called out. He just kind of realizes it
yeah.
himself, which is good character development. Like,
And feels accurate to where how much more shitty he was previously.
oh yeah, this last movie, remember, it started with Tommy visiting him, and he left him in the
Yeah.
house for like days and didn't pay attention to him at all. So at least now you can see he has learned from last movie.
Did we mention, sorry if we did, when they were walking to the ship, they said hi to the pirates.
They just walked by. I don't.
He
Did they
said,
say
he's like,
hi?
good day, mate.
Oh, he did. Tommy did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
they
that's
didn't
where like
realize it
the
was the
pirates
pirates.
hatch their plan a little bit.
Okay.
So that's when they're like, oh, we're gonna stock out that ship.
Well, yeah, they see them get on the ship probably, and they also had the wallet, and they're like, "Oh, he's worth a lot of
Yeah.
money." Yeah. Okay. So Jake comes and asks Michael for the other half of the payment. This one he realizes he doesn't have his wallet because Jake's like, "Give me the rest of the money," and Michael's like, "Shit, I don't have my wallet." He and Tommy look through everything and they can't find it, so he realizes he was pickpocketed. And he tells Jake, like, I'll pay you when I get back to the island. I promise I'm good for the money. I just, like, it's not my fault I got pickpocketed. And Jake demands his watch as collateral, or he's going to take him back to port right now. And once again, I'm like, he's so determined to stay out here and go deep sea fishing with Tommy. Like, at what point do you just take the L and go back to shore? But
Really would make a lot more sense in his situation, but maybe
I think
yeah.
he just really doesn't want to let Tommy down if Tommy's excited about this, which they just haven't shown that Tommy's so excited about this. If they had one line of Tommy being like, oh my gosh, I've always wanted to do that. Like, he was excited about it, but if we don't think that this is some kind of dream
No,
of
yeah.
Tommy's, is it? Like, I don't know. But Michael hands over his watch reluctantly. Later, Michael puts on this like crocodile hunter looking outfit.
They make a lot of Australia jokes just kind of in the
Yeah.
background like this.
And
I mean, he literally gets told crocodile hunter.
well, yeah, because Jake makes fun of it. He's like, "You look like a dumb crocodile hunter," and he's like, "I got this on Rodeo Drive." Like, this is top of the line. Um, and he's still calling around for a job while they're fishing, and then this is just like a little physical gag of Michael on the phone, and he gets a bite on the fishing line, and he's being like jostled around while trying to be on the phone. Haha,
Haha.
so funny.
Yeah, there's a lot of slapstick humor in
Yeah,
this and a lot of stunts, so we're probably just going to talk through them. Generically, it's decent. I think this one is mediocre.
yeah. Also, Michael gets seasick from the huge waves, and Tommy's like, "You want to bite of my egg sandwich?"
That's a good.
That was funny. I like that one. It's like, gross. No. Tommy then asks Jake for a bandage for his hand, just to kind of get away from like Tommy and Jake to talk right now. Jake gets a message on the radio from Butch. It's like, hey, it's Butch. Haven't seen you around, Jake. Except imagine that with an Australian accent. He's like, just checking in. You want help? Want to help us get some lobster? And Jake's like, no, I have a charter. Whatever. And then he looks at Tommy's hand. He's like, well, what happened to your hand? And Tommy's like, oh, just working on the ranch. And he's like, oh, you own a ranch? And he's immediately defensive. And I didn't really pick up what was going on, but you picked up on what was going on of like Jake making assumptions that they're both just like rich assholes who own a ranch. But Tommy's like, no, we don't own it. We ran out of money, so now we just run it. Like we don't own it. Which that was a whole plot in the first one. So if you didn't see the first one, you're missing this context.
And it is more like, yeah, Michael's a rich asshole. You can make that right.
Right.
Nah,
But
you
he's
need to make
not.
that distinction.
And so I think Tommy's just feeling a little defensive of like, I'm not like that. You know, I work hard. Tommy's like, what's your deal?
Yeah, Jake's character arc is really like starting here of like having to live with the fact that other people are richer than you.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is hard, like when he lost his dad, he's like probably young in his 20s, like trying to make it on his
Doesn't
own.
have an Australian accent in Australia.
I know, and I was really confused about this. I literally at one point wrote like, side note, why does he not have an Australian accent? But they do explain it, and we'll get there.
That's like another social factor.
Yeah, right. Being an American in Australia is so hard. Okay. Tommy's like, what's your deal? And he's like, I don't know, just having a bad day, I guess. Later, Jake shows Tommy a sextant. What is that?
It's like a astro map thing.
Okay. And he talks about how he and his dad would like hunt for treasures and like die for treasures. They got these like gold coins. And he's like, Tommy's like, where's your dad now? And he's like, oh yeah, he's around. And it's like, he's dead, isn't he?
And then Andrew Lawrence does the classic Andrew Lawrence of, I don't know what it's like to have a father.
Guess I don't really know what it's like to have a dad either. Um, yeah, he goes, I wish mine was. He died a couple years ago. And then Jake pulls a coin behind his ear, and the way Tommy reacts, like, whoa, as if he's never seen that done magic trick before, but it's a special coin. It wasn't just like a quarter.
You think Jake at this moment went, man, I should have said my dad died.
He's like,
damn. I can't be like, oh, mine died too. I was lying.
I was lying. He also died. I mean, he comes clean later, but he's like, oh, I didn't realize we were both in the dead dad club.
Yeah.
I would have been honest. But yeah, anyway, he pulls the coin behind his ear. He's like, yeah, it's one of the treasures. So cool. Then we see the evil pirates are following the Tiffany, and they're all evil, like, but also sexy. They're like sexy evil
It's
pirates.
like, they have a vibe.
They really do.
Dynamic.
Yeah.
They're all like,
Later, Jake is telling Tommy about the pirates, and Michael's like, do you have any seasick pills? And Jake's like, no.
what's very interesting here, for all how stupid this movie is at some point, and especially like kids watching this who may not know,
Hmm.
they never like make a joke about, oh, where's there are like eye patches? Oh, I thought pirates were an old thing.
They really don't.
No, they just trust the audience to know, yeah, piracy is still a very big issue.
Like, they're
'Cause it
modern
is.
pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Tommy shows Michael the coin that they found in the sunken ship. And by they, I mean Jake and his dad. And he's like, wow, so there's really pirates around here? And Jake's like, oh, yeah. But no one goes after them because of the cannibals. And, like, what was the cannibal thing? What I didn't
I think
get
it's
that.
setting up the cave that they find.
That, like, there's just myths about cannibals.
And like probably more ancient times, there were some cultures that practice in voodoo stuff.
And,
I don't
and
know.
cannibalism,
Essentially,
I guess. Jake tells Tommy that the pirates aren't usually after this type of vessel because
it's
Tiffany's
not a rich one.
it's all run down, you know.
They didn't realize they knew who Michael was and how rich he was. They didn't go after the normal yachts.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Michael is still feeling sick. So then later, Tommy's like swinging around on a rope as they're kind of like stationed in one place, fishing and stuff. Tommy's swinging around. Jake spear catches some fish because he's so cool. Michael finds some seasick patches. And at one point, he tells Jake, like, you didn't tell me you had patches. And he's like, you asked for pills.
Yeah.
Just being a little cheeky because he's from Australia, kind of. That night on the boat, Tommy brings Michael a soda, And he's like, oh, this kind of reminds me of the ranch. And it's because there's a sunset, you know? How's that? He goes, you and me together.
Yeah, that's what he means.
That's what he meant, not the sunset. He says, thanks for this, Michael. You're welcome, buddy. Glad we could do it. Cheers, mate. And then Jake comes in and he's
He just
looking
kind of
at them.
sulks. You
Yeah.
Charlie Brown walks a little bit.
And you're like, I always wanted a brother. He's just like, oh man, I wish that was me. And Tommy goes up to get some food, and Michael calls Roxanne. I'm sure we're about to take out your pin. He calls her and says, like, me in Australia isn't gonna work out. And then it cuts commercials. So what's your pin? Take it out.
Not where it goes out.
What?
Nope, it's at a very specific point later on.
What do you mean? This is the only other time Roxanne is mentioned.
I know.
Oh, okay.
Explicitly, I know. Oh,
Okay.
yeah, we'll get to it later.
Okay. Keep the pin in, I guess. Michael is still making calls about his job. And he tells Tommy, he's like, man, I really need a job. I only have 3 weeks left to find one. And Tommy's like, well, if you had all summer, why are you only doing it now? And Michael's like, you're right. I'm trashing our time together. So here's what we'll do. I'll have you hold on to my phone for me. I won't make any more calls until we get home. So this is like good
He says,
character.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's go put it in my suitcase.
Yeah.
His suitcase.
Yeah, you go put it in my suitcase and I'll go find your camera that you know where it is. It's like, why not switch roles there? But the point is that he's saying, like, you take my phone, I won't even be tempted by it. Like, you're in charge of it now.
Full commit.
Yeah. Michael leaves to go get the camera and Tommy gets a bite on the rod and he accidentally drops the phone in the ocean. No.
It's a pretty like stupid way that it falls out. He puts it in his front pocket
I'm gonna share it.
for the boat. It very clearly should stay in, but like it had to fall for the pot.
He like leaned all the way over the boat for the boat. Oh no. Michael comes back and Tommy's all stressed out. But he does not tell Michael about losing the phone. I feel like this is the one kind of bad thing that Tommy does in like both movies is like not tell about the phone right now. But there's also like nothing you can do about it. And he said he didn't want it till the end of the trip anyway, so
Let's try to figure out a solution.
Meanwhile, the pirates are getting close. Ooh. Michael goes up to talk to Jake and he's like, you got any Pellegrino? What's that? Water. And he's like, you guys have labels for everything, huh? And Michael's like, what's up with you? What's your deal? What's your problem? But then Jake hears something like Michael's trying to be like, what's
Trying to
your
have this moment of I hate rich people.
Yeah, but the pirates are here, so we can't talk about this right now. We have to get away from the pirates, and they're at full throttle, but the pirates are catching up. And Jake calls for island patrol, but there's no answers. They must be too far out of range. Which, like, why are they going out of range of island?
Because maybe that's where they're trying to go to deep sea to fish.
I guess. Then a pirate gets on the boat, so Jake gives the wheel to Michael, and Jake is like so badass. He swings around and kicks the pirate off the boat.
It's genuinely fun stunt work.
It really is.
Something I'm so confused to see in a DCOM because DCOMs never do stunts like this, where it genuinely feels like a lot's going on, and it's cool choreography of it.
Yeah. Jake is just like this cool, young, fit guy who like has a boat and can swing around and kick pirates off his boat and knows how to survive in the wild. Like Jake is just a cool guy. You know, Jake is who everyone wants to be. Like Survivor, you know. The other pirate leaves, the partner in the water. So like the one pirate's just in the water and the other one's just like drives by. I'm like, fuck you, I'm going after the boat. Jake throws a hook on a rope.
Like a grappling hook.
Yeah.
It tears up the inflatable boat.
Yeah, he tears a hole in it. And he's like, woo, go Jake. And so the pirates get back to their main boat.
Unfortunately, their main boat goes faster than the Tiffany, so
damn.
They don't really have a good solution. So
now what?
Well, yeah.
Jake tells Tommy and Michael that they're going to jump off the boat, swim to that island, and then I'll lose them and try to come back for you. And so
they make it very clear this is a life or death situation.
Yeah, even though it still feels a little unserious. Like I was never that worried for them during this movie. Maybe
it's a DCOM.
Maybe that's why. Yeah,
but yeah, it's why it's a weird tone for it, especially for how silly so many of these scenes are. For the fact that No, they explicitly said, "Oh, if they catch us, they're gonna rob us and kill you."
Yeah, for real. So you have to jump off and go to that island. Um, so you know what we gotta do? We gotta be jumping ship. I wish
That's
they
the
said it.
title
I wish they said, we're jumping ship.
for the trailer.
Yeah. But they do have a shot of them jumping off the boat, so like they definitely played that in the trailer. Come on. Jumping ship. So then they swim to the island and Jake drives away. So now it's sunset and like I think it's a new day. It's kind of hard to tell. But Michael wakes up on the shore. My guess is they swam to shore and they were so exhausted that they just kind of laid there and Michael fell asleep. And then now he wakes up. And where's Tommy? Tommy shows up and it's like,
He didn't drag him deeper in or anything.
it's fine.
Well, what if the tide rose?
It was fine. Like, Tommy, where were you? And he's like, I was looking around. He's like, well, don't leave my side. What the heck?
Yeah, this is where Michael gets very protective of Tommy, which isn't a bad thing when it's a life or death situation. But
Oh,
like for the next bit, he's just like, "You're gonna be right by me at all times. I got you. I promise we're
I
gonna be
mean,
fine."
yeah, he's like in charge of
Yeah,
protecting him, so
he takes his job seriously.
which is good. He learned from the first movie.
Yeah,
We're not going backwards. The pirates find a bunch of stuff in the water and they realize that they scuttled the boat. And I didn't know what that meant at first, but they do explain it. Scuttle means sink on purpose.
yeah.
They sank the
He said,
boat.
"I don't want to be caught
Yeah,
by ship.
by ship.
I hope you have insurance on that. I feel like this
I feel like
insurance should cover this."
I felt like when later Jake explains how he scuttled the boat and stuff and his reasons, and I thought at one point he's gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get the insurance money for it," but he never does say
Maybe I
that.
just don't want to talk about that.
No, maybe he has really bad insurance. Maybe he doesn't have insurance. He should.
Should.
But yeah, back on the island, they go, man, hopefully someone will come look for us, even though our loved ones right now think we're at a resort. But like, they're gonna know that they're missing eventually.
Yeah, I remember he tried to get money from his dad, and like
Hmm.
the dad that was gonna be wired and it was gonna be set at the resort. The resort will be like he didn't check in. I know it's a pre-internet time,
Right, because he
but
called his dad and he's like, cancel all the credit cards, wire me money at the resort.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
yeah. They're like, man, we never should have gotten on Jake's boat. And Tommy's like, don't blame Jake. It won't help anything. And Michael's like, what, did Jake teach you that too? He goes, no, my dad did. Oh. Michael sits next to Tommy and he gives him a little side hug and he's like, we're gonna be okay. So what are we gonna do? Well, I told your mom I'd take care of you, so that's what I'm gonna do.
I'm gonna take care of
I'm
you.
gonna take care of you.
It's not to play Survivor.
So
Can't
they,
tell Survivor was big and like a huge media phenomenon in the early 2000s.
yeah, they try to go out spear hunting for fish with some like sticks that they made. And I wrote Hot Lawrence Brothers shirtless in the water. Joey Lawrence be looking fine with his shirt off in the water. And we get a little silly montage of them not catching
He
fish.
doesn't know how to spearfish.
No. Then later they make a shelter on the beach. They're like, at least we got a view. You'd have to pay a shit ton of money for that view in LA.
Yeah.
But that night they huddle in the shelter during a storm and they are very wet and very cold. It is not a good shelter at all. Day 3. Now we get like day
From
counters.
here on out, we get day counters. They're very weird about it. Honest to God, I think this is something they added in because Survivor was big and Survivor does this.
Also, I mean, it was very helpful to show how much time has passed.
Yeah, but like, I feel like most times in a film like this, they don't add day counters or something. Because the longer it goes, the more I'm like, it doesn't make sense that this really rich family isn't looking for their son when he's not home.
Yeah.
It was a
I
1 week
think they,
trip, and this lasts a long time.
but they were looking for them. We
Yeah.
know that at the end of the movie. They like were definitely worried about them and they just have no idea where they are. But anyway, day 3, Tommy eats a coconut. He asks, even if we get a fish, how are we gonna cook it? And Michael's like, we like sushi,
Have you
right?
ever had sushi?
And he's like, no, I've never had sushi.
So, oh,
Oh,
you're gonna love
you're
it.
gonna love
High
it.
protein.
Which is fair. Like Michael's right, you can just eat it raw.
Yeah.
Like it would be fine. You need to eat something. Um, then Michael gets pissed that he still doesn't have a fish. And Tommy's like, I can really go for one of Mark's sandwiches right now.
So randomly
It
put that.
is so
He's so
random.
much like, I want to talk about Mark.
I really want to talk. I want you to ask me about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. You're literally in survival mode right now. You are on a deserted island, and he's like, I wish I was nicer to Mark. It's really putting things into perspective for him, you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, why is that on his mind right
Shut up.
Um, and Michael goes like, "Oh, your mom's seen someone? That's cool. Oh, what? You don't like him?" And Tommy's like, "It doesn't really matter if we don't get off this island."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Also, we're like, "Are they wearing different clothes?" But I actually don't think they were. I think Michael
Later
just had
on,
an
they revisit
undershirt
so they like found their clothes and
later. But I
outfits.
think right now, like, it's just that Michael was wearing like a tank top, but I think that was just his
Their
undershirt.
outfits looked confusing. It's
But
also
yeah,
they're always completely dry. They are what Team Beach makes fun of. They're
that's true.
completely dry right after getting out of the ocean.
They were in the ocean yet, or were they?
When they were getting fish, they were.
Maybe.
There's also several other times, like when they washed up ashore.
And they were pretty dry.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so they look through the jungle. Tommy talks about some scary venomous snakes and spiders and crocodiles. And Michael's like, couldn't you have looked up edible plant life or something? Like, why is that what you're researching? And then they see some bananas. So Michael hoists Tommy up, but then they see an emu and they get scared and they fall all the way down a big hill.
big old tumbling.
Ah.
They land on a mattress,
They
but they hide it in
It's very squishy. And then they see a snake on a tree. But oh, there's also markings on these trees, and they go into a cave. And they're like, huh, this cave, maybe we should stay in the cave. It's pretty dry. Which I would be like, yeah, maybe you should stay in this cave. But it's kind of spooky, you know? And then they see a shrunken head, and it's scary. And they leave and they hear some noises outside the cave, like weird animal noises. And Tommy's like, I don't want anyone to shrink my head, Michael. So they make a run for it. They just run away.
Yeah,
It's so
I still think they
spooky.
should have lived in this cave.
I think so too. I
But
think they're
like,
being babies.
yeah, yeah. But on the other hand, silly, goofy movie is what I want, not serious movie.
Yeah, I
So
guess.
not gonna fall too much.
Jake then pops out and scares them. Whoa, Jake's here.
Oh
Michael's like, you think this is funny? And Jake's like, yeah, it is funny. Which, no,
no,
you should be taking this more seriously. But then Michael sees that Jake is wearing his $400 shirt and ripped the sleeves
it's
off.
like that's a $400 shirt. You rip the sleeves off. It's
And
like
Jake's like, guess it's worth 200 now, which was funny. Um, and he's like, oh yeah, I had to sink my boat. I scuttled it. It sank. I couldn't lose them, so I had to do something. It's like, well, what the heck? What happens now? And Jake's like, back off, okay? I'm building a raft. We'll lie low. Hopefully, like a plane will or something will see us, like when we get out on the raft, and the pirates will be gone, hopefully.
mhm.
And Michael's like, wait, if you found my suitcase, that's where my phone is. Tommy put my phone in my suitcase. And Tommy's like, oh, well, actually, your phone fell overboard.
Oh, your phone jumped ship. Also, this is stupid because like the phone would probably be water damaged to the point of not
It
being
would.
able to work,
It
but they
would.
act like these luggage all stay perfectly dry.
Yeah, which is dumb. Um, so Michael's like,
Also,
great, now we're never gonna get off this island.
if they were out of, I know it says he's got like satellite,
Yeah, he said satellite phone it works anywhere.
but that's not
No,
really
that's not
how
really
it
how it
works.
works. Otherwise, every phone would do
Yeah,
that.
then with the border patrol that he was phoning into, that should work on satellite.
Yeah, I don't know. Tommy's like, I said I was sorry. It was an accident. And Michael freaks out more, though, on Tommy and Jake. But honestly, like, I feel like this is a justifiable crash out because he's just freaking out that they're stuck on an island
Yeah,
right now and are probably
and
gonna
he
die.
apologizes for this later, but like this is a little scene where we're supposed to be like, "Ooh, I don't know if I like Michael so much," but like, no, he's fine.
He's just freaking out because, like,
He's realizing this is a shit
they
situation.
could literally die.
Yeah.
Like, I think the other two are not taking this seriously,
No.
you know.
But
But
I mean, when we see how good, how good the other two are going to be living shortly, maybe they were right to not take it
yeah.
seriously.
Jake then blames Michael for just being rich. And Michael tries to leave Jake with Tommy, but Tommy realizes that Jake is way better off. So he's like, no, Michael, come with us. Like, I want to stay with Jake. Like, I can't eat another coconut. But Michael's like,
Michael's stubborn,
he's like,
so he's like,
good
no.
luck. And he leaves them. And Jake tells Tommy, like, don't worry, he'll come back, he'll turn up.
Yeah. He may be an ass, but he ain't stupid.
Yeah, he's not stupid. So then Jake and Tommy get to Jake's camp, which is much better. There's food and water and a better shelter, and they also have stuff washed up from the boat. Meanwhile, Michael falls into mud next to a lizard.
Lizard.
And then he waddles over to the water to clean off. And we
Yeah.
get a weird little
It
montage.
really feels like they had a quicksand moment, and then it was just mud, and like, whoa,
Yeah, I
whoa.
thought it was gonna be quicksand. It was literally just mud. And then we get a whole montage of him falling over a bunch in the water. I'm like, why was that included? Just to be silly, I guess. And he says, why did you do this to me, Tommy? And he collapses and cries on the shore. But then a beautiful woman appears.
My God.
He wakes up and he
He's
sees her.
saved.
And he goes, you're that supermodel. I don't
Heather
believe
Pink.
it. Yeah, we're saved. What are you doing here? And she's like, I was shooting an ad on the yacht over there. I was and Michael's like, oh my God, I was shipwrecked, thinking I was gonna be stuck here with two guys forever.
Well, you'll save. You're like, you'll go save them too, right? And she's like, yeah.
Of course we will.
And
And she
also,
flirts
are
with
you
him.
single?
Do you believe in love at first sight?
She specifically asks, like, are you taken? He's like, well, no, not in the like, no. Unpinned.
Oh, that's the
What the fuck
pin.
is Roxanne then?
Oh, you think he's gonna say I have a girlfriend when a supermodel's there on an island?
No, but hey, where's this thing called a relationship
Maybe
going?
he and Roxanne are casual.
Yeah, maybe
You ever
we
think
can
about
find
that?
it.
Mhm. But then they kiss. Oh my God, a kiss in my DCOM? It is a sequel, so I guess
Yeah,
it's fine.
but it gets revealed it's actually a pig.
A
He's not
pig's
actually kissing the
fetus.
pig. I wish they went that far,
That
but
would have been funny. No, it's just a pig
it
next
was
to him. I thought he was
a
gonna be
daydream.
I thought he was gonna be like dinner and kill the pig, but he
Yeah, it's
doesn't.
too much for a
We're
decom.
not Lord of the Flies over here, guys. Alright. That night, Michael cries in his shitty shelter in another thunderstorm. Meanwhile, Jake and Tommy are just like fully dry. They're eating lobster, and it's lovely. They're having a lovely time. Tommy's like, "Oh, my mom would love it here, but we can never afford to go somewhere tropical." And Jake's like, I don't remember my mom. Me and my dad came here from Seattle when I was young. And I'm like, oh, he's American. And then Tommy opens up about Mark. He's like, yeah, Mark is also there. And Jake's like, do you like him? And Tommy says, he's not my dad. And Jake says, is he trying to be? And he goes, well, I haven't given him much of a chance.
This is such a pet.
They talk about this like so many times.
I get like he's like basically at a resort right now, but like still, you're in a life or death situation with people actively chasing after you, try to kill you. I'm like, dude, shut up.
How many times can we
This
talk
is not
about
the
Mark?
plot I want in this decom.
Mark has like one line in this movie, and he is present throughout the
Yeah,
whole
I
movie
know.
anyway.
They
Like,
really said we want to tell this plot.
they have the same conversation so many times. But yeah. But this is where Jake finally tells Tommy that his dad died a year and a half ago. And Tommy goes, it's okay you didn't want to tell me about your dad. I know how it feels. It's a hard thing to say. And Jake's like, sometimes when I'm on the boat, I feel like I can hear him. And Tommy's like, I get it. Like, I have this bench that me and my dad built where we used to watch the wild horses, and that's where I feel like I can hear my dad too.
Mhm.
So they like bond in the Dead Dad Club. So then we see the pirates looking on the island, on an island for the boys. It's not actually the island.
Yeah.
They don't know where they
They
ended
don't
up.
know what island they're on or where they're on, but they said, hey, we're still gonna chase after them. They still have his wallet and all the cash that he had
I
on it.
know.
They could just like take that,
Yeah.
cash in their losses. I realize they don't know how long this is gonna take, but my God, they are committed.
They are so committed. They think this is going to be so worth it and they're not going to get caught or arrested or anything. They're going to make so much money. It's kind of ridiculous. Day 4. Jake shows Tommy the raft he's building. And Tommy's like, when can we look for Michael? And Jake's like, oh, yeah. How about next year? Just kidding. We can look after lunch. Your cousin may be snobby, but he's
No,
not
that's it.
stupid.
He's gonna be alright.
Yeah, he'll be alright. Meanwhile, Michael's in the jungle getting a
Yeah,
banana.
he was able to get it himself this time.
Yeah. But then he hears animal noises and he gets a little spooked. And he thinks it's just the guys checking in on him. But oh no, it's the
Oh, it's the
emu.
emu that tried to attack them.
Oh no. And he gets chased by the emu. But he gets away. Then Tommy finds his duffel bag. It's his bag that washed up. Hooray, I have my bag back. And he finds the present left from Mark. Apparently, he did not see this in his bag while he was on the boat.
Nope.
He just sees it now, and it's perfectly dry, not damaged, even though it's in like paper wrapping.
It's stupid.
But he opens it, and it's a photo of Tommy with his dad on that bench.
Aw.
Aww. And it's like a hand carved frame.
He's
It's
like,
beautiful.
Mark must have made this. He wood carves.
Yeah. And then Jake offers to go spearfishing to catch some lunch. Okay, so they go spearfishing. And Jake mentors Tommy on how to do it. And Michael stumbles in the jungle and he hears their voices. So he's kind of up on like the hill watching them down below. And you think this is gonna be a moment where he's like super jealous and stuff, but actually he just spots a crocodile coming for them. So he starts going, "There's a crocodile! There's a crocodile!" And he runs. He's like, "Get out of the water!"
Yeah, he's actually doing the right thing. He's like, oh, oh.
When the boys kind of see him and they're like, "Oh!"
But they don't hear exactly what he's saying.
Then Jake turns around and he sees the crocodile, so he pushes Tommy out of the way and throws his spear at it. But that doesn't work, so he throws a rock at it.
Picks up a giant rock and
Yeah.
smashes his head.
And Michael kind of comes and grabs Tommy, and they're running, and Jake's staying behind to fight the crocodile. And the rock thing worked, and it goes away, so the boys get safe on shore. And they're like, "That was awesome, Jake." Well, Tommy says it. He goes, "That was awesome, Jake." And Jake says, "I don't know how awesome it would have been if Michael hadn't seen it first."
So dramatic about it.
Thanks, Michael. Like, he's giving Michael a lot of credit for this, which I kind of thought that Jake spotted it anyway, but maybe he wouldn't have spotted it as quickly if Michael
I mean,
wasn't
it's also
running
clear
at
he was trying to warn them about
Yes,
it.
definitely, definitely. So then he says, "Are you coming with us, Michael?" And Michael says, "Is that an invite?" And he's like, "Well, isn't that why you came back?" And Tommy's like, "Come on, Michael, just come with us. It's awesome there." And Michael's like, "All right, if it's okay with the captain." So he's like, "See, I respect you now as the captain." And Jake's like, "Yeah, hooray!" So they're all good. And also, Michael apologizes for like the phone thing and how he overreacted, which I'm like, it was a little justified because of the
It's fine. It
situation.
was not a huge one. He just was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, Tommy, we're all good.
We're all
I'm
good,
sorry
right?
about that."
Yeah. Which, like, yeah,
It's very realistic.
you don't need to lay into Tommy for that, but like freaking out in general, I think is okay because we're in a
Yeah.
very stressful situation. But it is good that they like apologize and everything. So everyone's good. Later, they get to Jake's camp. Michael is excited to see all his clean clothes, and he also sees the flare gun. But he's like, "Oh, don't shoot that. We only have one, so that's gonna come back later." Meanwhile, the pirates are still searching different islands for the boys. They're like, we gotta find which island they're on. So they still aren't giving up. That night at the fire, Michael talks about Gilligan's Island, and I'm like, I don't get these references. So I didn't watch Gilligan's
That's pretty
Island.
hard time.
Yeah. Then he asks Tommy if he's okay. And Tommy says, "If no one finds us, it's going to be really hard on my mom. I hope she knows how much I love her and how much I like Mark."
So,
It's so dumb. How many times can we talk about Mark? How many times? And Michael's like, "How come you never told her how you really felt?" And Tommy's like, "Because I felt guilty. I don't want to forget about my dad." And Michael's like, "You won't. No one will replace your dad. So don't punish yourself. He wouldn't want you to." And then they like side hug, cuddle.
yeah. Aw.
And Michael's like, "Tommy, I promise that we will get off this island. We have to. And I still got to get a job when we get home." And I thought that that was going to be like a ha ha, like, why would you bring that up right now? But they play it serious.
They play it serious, which is stupid because, like, it is a good joke.
Yeah. Of like, and don't I gotta get a
Yeah,
job.
we're gonna get off this because I need to get a job.
Huh. But yeah, apparently that was a serious point. Okay. Day 5. Jake sews all their clothes together to make a sail for the
Yeah.
raft.
You should have asked them first about, like, hey, which clothes do you want to keep?
Yeah, that would be nice. And they go out looking for like a specific tree that's very sturdy.
Yeah, he makes them climb to the very top of the island
Uh,
because the idea is, hey, that's the tree that's going to be the oldest, lasted the longest.
Most sturdy
Yeah,
to
so it's
make.
not going to break as a mast.
Yeah. So they find the perfect tree, and Jake offers, like, instead of carrying it back down, to swim it back, but that would require jumping off the cliff. And Michael's hesitant, and Jake's like, "Oh, what are you, chicken?" Blah blah blah. And it seems like Michael's gonna do it, but then he doesn't do it, so they just carry the tree back.
Mhm.
Like, yeah. So we get a montage of them building the boat. Day 7, day 8, they also swim in a cave and get lobsters, and they eat
Suddenly,
at
we're
the
just
fire.
flying through these
Day
days.
9, still making the boat. Day 10, we're back. They hear a plane. Michael runs for the flare, like, oh my god, an airplane, an airplane.
The trip's fully supposed to be over at this point.
Yeah. Um, so by the way, it's just Tommy and Michael that see the plane. So Michael runs for the flare, but then Jake comes in. He's like, no, they can't see us here. And he runs after Michael. He's like, no. But Michael launches the flare, and the pirates see it, and they go, too easy. Like, they have when it's been
They've
10
been searching for
days.
10 days. I mean, admittedly, he's saying it to the fact that they shot a flare showing their location, so they're like, oh, we fucking got them.
But you've
But you
been
can't say too easy when you've spent so long searching and not
so
finding them.
long. So long they've been searching. Um, Jake yells at Michael for launching, and he's like, "We needed that when we were out
Yeah,
at
he's like,
sea."
that plane obviously is too high to be able to see it. We need to
Yeah,
use that at sea. Now, like, it's only going to be able to get off by dumb luck, which I get being, it's another one where it's a flame out that's more angry about the situation than necessarily angry at him, but he's lashing out at him.
he
It's trying to
really,
be a mirror to what Tommy did about the phone.
yeah, but
Or,
he's really tearing into Michael, and he goes, "What have you ever worked for?" And he's like, "Tell me, go on, tell
and
me." And
Michael just stands
he doesn't
there.
have an answer, and I'm like, "Why don't you talk about when you worked on the ranch? You did work.
It would be kind of stupid to
Would
take
it?"
Tommy's thing.
That's fair, I guess. But yeah, he goes, just what I thought. And Michael's like, you know what, you're right. I've never worked for anything. I'm 23 and I don't know what I'm good at.
I
And
don't know what job I want to get.
yeah, he's like, I wish I was more like you two, like you, the ranch, and you, the boat. You know what you're good at. I wish I was like that. Later, Jake and Tommy are walking, and Jake's like, I'm sorry I lost it back there. He apologizes to Tommy, and he does not apologize to
No.
Michael. I think maybe later he does, but like, it's crazy right now. He's just apologizing to Tommy. And he's like, that's okay. And then they see that the pirates are on the shore, and they don't realize it's the pirates at first. Tommy's like, oh, hey, we're saved. Over here, over here. But then Jake realizes it's the pirates, and he stops him. So the head pirate tells the other two to like circle the island on the boat while he looks on ground. So Michael catches a fish, hooray! And he's celebrating. But Jake and Tommy run up and it's like, get to the raft, they found us. What about the camp? Forget it, we don't have time.
Yeah, it's like, oh shit, pirates are. We just gotta sail now,
And
which
I'm like, I
maybe isn't the right choice.
think it is because do you even have food and
What
water?
what is the better like possibility of survival here? That they can beat the pirates, which I know the pirates have guns, but
Well, like, you think you have a better chance on your shitty raft?
that they are probably gonna raft out after too. Or you could just go steal their boat and potentially win that way.
Which, I mean, the pirates are on the boat right now, so you can't, but go hide out on the island, hide from them, and try and, like, sneak attack them and steal their boat or something. Like, that's a way better plan
Yeah.
than just getting on your raft, where they'll definitely find you.
But they try on the raft and they're rafting out.
Either they find you on your raft or you fucking die at sea because you left in a hurry and didn't pack anything.
Yeah.
Like, come on. So, the pirates on the boat show up, duh. And literally, she pulls out a gun, which I think it's a flare gun. I don't think
I
it's a
think it
real
is a
gun.
flare gun.
Because she shoots it and it sets their
It,
sail on fire.
yeah. So I think it's a flare.
Yeah, I think so too. It lights their sail on fire, and they decide to swim to the lobster cave to hide, except Tommy's wearing a life vest.
Yeah, Michael made him put it on.
Yeah. So Tommy can't like dive into the lobster cave, so they leave Tommy behind kind of as bait distraction while Jake and Michael get away. which is probably the best option. Michael was like, "No, I can't leave Tommy," but Jake's like, "We have to. Like, he'll be fine." Because it's Michael that they wanted, right? So I don't get why they couldn't just take off the life vest quickly and
They were saying like they couldn't rip it off in time to like get away.
why not?
Like physically couldn't get it off. It snagged.
Oh,
Yeah,
whatever. The
it's just an
pirates,
excuse to separate the gang.
yeah, and so they get away. The pirates don't find them in the lobster cave. So later, they tell the head pirate like we lost the other two, and they're like, they're probably in a cave somewhere, but they'll be back. And Tommy's like, "What makes you think so?" And
The lady pirate really is like, I think they're
I
dead.
think they're dead. He's like, "Nah, they'll be back." Tommy's like, "What makes you think so?" And he goes right up to Tommy's face and he goes, "When they hear you screaming in pain, they'll come running." As if they're gonna torture him, and the torture they do is make him clean the boat.
Yeah.
So okay, I, real quick though, Michael is like, "I got a plan. You still got that coin." So like, him and Jake are gonna have to plan.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the boat.
Which lucky that he does have the coin. I guess he always has that in his pocket or something.
I guess, yeah. So the pirates are on their boat having a lovely meal on a table. And
It's like
then
a full course meal.
and Tommy just shows up next to them with a mop. I'm like, what is happening?
This is your hostage. You're just having them openly bob in the ocean.
Taking the scene out of context, like it's so random. It's barely makes sense in context. Like all of a sudden they're having a lovely meal while Tommy mops.
And one of the goons pulls him and goes, "Hey, you're gonna clean all the scum off that, aren't you, boy?"
Like gross. The fuck? But they're also not torturing him like they said they were going to. Like he's literally just mopping. And that's the whole scene. Blondie pulls Tommy and is like, you're gonna clean all the scum, and then he lets him go, and that's it. It's so weird. It's the
It's
weirdest
a
scene in the movie.
classic random ass DCOM scene.
Yeah. So then Michael and Jake scheme. And Michael is like, Jake, you gotta promise me that if something goes wrong, you're gonna take Tommy and leave and don't wait for me.
And he's like, "Okay."
Okay. Also, sorry about your boat. And Jake's like, you know what? I hated that boat.
And everyone's like, "What?"
What? And he's like, I thought it was your life. And he's like, no, it was my dad's life. He chose it for the both of us.
Oh my god, I have trauma.
I mean, I love the sea, but I don't love that boat. And he's like, Tiffany's been sinking for a long time, and I've been holding on for the wrong reasons. I also, blame people for things I don't have. So this is him admitting, like,
Yeah.
it's not your fault that you're rich. I have to deal with my own shit,
Hmm.
So then Jake also gives Michael back his watch, but Michael's like, no, you keep the watch. I'm not giving it to you because I can buy another one. Like, I actually want you to have it. So,
He's like, "Oh, I don't know
I don't
what
know what to
to
say.
say." I'm like, maybe you guys should survive first before
Yeah.
talking like
And
this.
he says, no need to say anything. We got a lot to do. So these two are like fully reconciled now, which
But
is
now
nice.
it's day 11. That was a day.
Day 11, the pirates see Michael standing on the shore. So they grab Tommy and they go to shore. He's like, so where's your friend?
He's
And
like,
Michael's
"I
like,
don't know."
who cares? I got a deal for you. I know you think I'm worth a lot of money, don't you? But like,
But like, I'm not sure my family would pay a dime for me right now.
yeah.
However, I can find something if you promise to let it go safe.
Yeah, I have a way to get you 10 to 15 million in gold coins. And he shows the pirate the gold coin that Jake had. And he's like, yeah, I'm listening. So he's like, I found a ton of these right here on this island. But you only get it if you let me and Tommy go. So then the pirate pulls a gun on him.
Yeah. First off, I feel like you can still do your ransom plan and then search the island for the gold later.
But maybe it's so hard to find. Michael's like, you know what? I thought we were dead anyway, so pulling the trigger just puts us out of our misery. And I'm
That's
like,
a decom.
that's metal as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, what? And the pirate's like, I'll let Tommy go, but you're gonna tell us where it is. It's like, you have to swear to let us go, though. He's like, sure. You have my word as a gentleman.
Tommy at one point goes like, "Don't trust him."
Don't trust him. Michael's like, Tommy, just keep walking along the beach, okay?
Walk along the beach.
Go along the
This is not
beach.
code.
Like actually walk along the beach. And Michael goes with the pirates, and Blondie stays with the Blondie pirate. So Tommy runs into Jake, and it's like, okay, we gotta do the plan.
Yeah,
So
that was you were gonna walk along the beach. We figured it out.
that was step one. So then Michael takes the two pirates through the jungle while he's being held at gunpoint. Meanwhile, Tommy and Jake cover themselves in seaweed and swim over to
I
the
really like
pirate.
the ingenuity of this.
I like it
They
too.
basically dress themselves off as like driftwood.
Yeah, so that they can get on the boat with
Yeah, but
Blondie.
first they go and cut the motor on like
The
beach toy
inflatable
boat.
boat,
Yeah.
the boat, because they have the main yacht boat and they have the inflatable boat,
Mhm.
and they cut the motor for the inflatable boat, and then they climb on the main boat and untie the inflatable boat, just like kind of set it off.
Yep.
So it's cut, yeah. And then Michael, okay, we're back to Michael. He tells the pirates, like, they're in the spooky cave. Like, that's where the coins are. It's in the spooky cave. And the girl is scared. She's like, that's a death cave.
I know all about the cannibal.
The cannibal lore. This is spooky. And the main pirate's like, I don't care.
Give a fuck. You want your share, you're going.
Go in. And he still has a gun. And Michael tells them, like, go ahead, it's up around the corner. But then he pulls a string, and a bunch of shrunken heads fall down, spooking them. Wow! And he flips them over the ledge. He's literally gonna kill them.
I mean, I don't think this fall would kill you, but they do want them dead.
I mean, if you break your leg and you're stuck,
It
you're
may,
dead.
It may eventually kill them.
Yeah. And he takes the coin back and runs.
This is a situation where killing is justified.
Honestly, yeah, because he's being held at gunpoint.
It would be self-defense. There would be no even charge against you.
No. He does take the gold coin back for Jake, though, because Jake's his best friend. The pirate pulls himself back up, though.
Chasing after the coin and grabbing it is like what let the guy
Pull himself
pirate
up.
pull him. Well, he was able to pull himself up anyways.
He can do a pull-up.
But that's what keeps him close enough to chase. So now we get just a very long sequence of the pirate chasing after Michael, like consistently at every moment, 20 yards behind him.
Why didn't he pull the trigger at any point?
Because you want to get a better shot.
That's fair.
But it is really
Just
stupid.
one.
Yeah. Assuming he has multiple ammo, he should take a shot.
Yeah, at
Makes
least
him
it's
scared.
spook him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, but before we even get that, we're back to Tommy and Jake. Tommy shows himself to Blondie on the boat as a distraction for Jake to sneak
He goes,
attack.
hi.
And then Tommy grabs the mop and beats him up, and he's like, there's some scum I forgot to clean up. Pow!
Throws him overboard.
Hell yeah.
Pretty badass.
It was pretty badass. And then Blondie gets on the inflatable boat, but the motor's dead, so he's like, fuck, and we're like, and got him. He's stranded. So very smart plan by Jake there. Okay, so now we're back to Michael being chased through the jungle. Jake tells Tommy, like, they're out on the boat. They're like, keep an eye out for Michael. He'll show up. And the pirate's still chasing with a gun. And Michael runs to the beach. And, like, they see that Michael's being chased by the pirate with a gun. So Jake's like, we gotta get out of here. Like, I promised him I would leave him behind and get you to safety. But Tommy's like, no, please, please don't leave him behind.
He wouldn't leave you behind.
Yeah. So Jake's like, Michael, go to Everest.
It's the mountain they climb later.
Yeah.
It's so funny doing this when you're just watching people running on a beach, one with a gun trailing the other.
Yeah.
He's like, go to Everest. He's like, okay.
I get it. Because then...
he could just, if he just aims and shoots, he's got like a 30% chance of a kill.
He's got a decent chance.
Maybe a little
or like
less.
shot in the leg. And he's down.
Then you got him there.
You got him.
I guess maybe that's also why he's not shooting. He doesn't want to kill him.
No, but you could aim low.
Mm-hmm.
And you could probably get his leg or something. I don't know. He really is just chasing him and not firing the gun. But yeah. I wrote, haha, the pirate falls in the same mud Michael did earlier.
Yeah. Michael knew to jump over it.
He does. And Michael makes it to the top and realizes he has to jump.
Oh no, the jump that he was too scared to do earlier.
So he jumps cliff. Jumping cliff. He just does it. And it looks so fucking dangerous to jump off
Don't try
cliff.
this one at home. Again, the stunts in this film are legit. Which is shocking.
Looks like an actual jump, unlike in Buffalo Dreams. And that jump was way safer than this jump.
That one, is one I would do.
Yeah. So the pirate then finally tries to shoot him, but the gun it's full of mud.
Was mudlocked. Oh,
because he fell.
He goes, no, and it squirts out mud in a very honestly satisfying way.
Yeah, I really.
That's a goop humor I liked.
Yeah, I guess goop.
I mean, there was goops on both of the mud falls.
You're right. We didn't mention it.
Yeah, it's a DCOM.
Goop.
Goop.
Michael then swims up to the boat and they all hug. We did it. Let's go. He's like, oh, and Jake, I got your coin back. And Jake's like, oh my God, thank you. And then he calls for Island Patrol and Butch is on the other line. He's like, good to hear your voice, Jake. We've been searching for days. And they also give the location for the pirate scum.
Hell yeah.
Oh. All right, so they make it back to the mainland, and Tommy's mom is there, and Michael's
Oh my
dad's.
god, the other characters that exist in this movie.
That's right. Tommy
But
hugs
not
his
like
mom.
either their other parents you'd think would be worse. Mark's not here.
Right. Well, why would Mark show up? He's watching over the ranch. He's gotta watch over the horses while the mom's gone. Come on, Benji.
I just feel like in this life, if that situation, he would go for support.
No, I think he would watch over the ranch so the mom didn't have to worry about it. Anyway, Michael hugs his dad. Tommy's like, I didn't mean what I said about Mark. And I would love another frame by him. Like, the first thing he says to his mom is like, I didn't mean it about Mark.
I had so many regrets, but all of it's one.
And then Michael introduces them to Jake. He's like,
The
this
guy that saved our
he
lives.
saved us, hooray. Later, they're all at dinner. They invite Jake to join them at dinner. And I thought they were going to make a joke of like, oh, I'm so sick of lobster, but they don't. Michael tells them, like, I just created a job opportunity for us. You see the boat over there, the pirates boat?
Yeah, we got some money for turning into pirates.
Apparently, they got like a reward for turning into
It makes
pirates.
enough sense to me.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they're presumably very successful criminals based on the record that we're seeing.
I guess. But yeah.
And they were gonna the confiscated boat they were gonna put it up to auction, but he talked the auctioneers to just like, yeah, we can buy it.
Yeah, he's like, I'll just buy it right now. So he's like, we're all gonna be partners in the charter business and we'll charter this boat out. And Michael is like, and Dad, I'll use my share of the money to pay you back. And
But
the
don't
dad's
worry.
the
Tommy and Michael, we're not gonna work on this. This is just for Jake to work on alone.
well, because the dad's like, what, are you gonna move to Australia? And he's like, no.
No.
So like they never say it outright, but it's like, okay, so Jake is gonna run this. But then he's like, are you both in? Are you like Tommy and Jake and Michael, are we all in? And they're like, yeah, we're all in. As if like Tommy's gonna contribute anything. He's just gonna profit off of it doing no work. Jake is
So
doing
they all had this crazy experience together.
but like still, like it is
It's
you're
also
giving
his
Jake
share
this
of
thing.
investment. You
I
know?
guess. This is the reward money, is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? I
That's the
suppose.
that's the premise. You can be annoyed at the premise, but the premise is they're all putting in the equal amount of capital.
Yeah. It's
And they're
just
not
crazy.
even agreeing on details yet.
No,
They
it's
could be
just
like Jake gets
crazy
a higher amount, but he's gonna have operating income for sure.
for sure.
So
Yeah.
I think it's completely fair.
It's a little crazy that Jake's doing all the work, but it also is like, Jake, I'm giving you like a job,
So Jake
basically.
can set up this business deal. Michael did.
Yeah. Anyway, um, Michael's also like, I'm gonna go for that file clerk job you offered and work to be a lawyer like you.
I'm gonna be like my dad, and I
Yeah.
can have lunch with you sometimes. It'll be cool. Haha, remember that in like the first 5 minutes?
Haha. Yeah, and we're all partners. We did it. The end. And that's the movie.
That's the movie.
What was your pin about Roxanne?
It was specifically the Heather
Oh,
case.
you're right. You took it out already. I forgot. I'm like, you never brought that up. You totally did.
I totally did. You weren't
Okay.
even listening to
I
me.
was. Listen, I remember now. Okay, yeah. Anyway, that is Jumping Ship, the Horse Sense sequel. We did it.
You know,
Final thoughts.
I think this is definitively a worth in quote movie than Horse Sense. Horse Sense has a lot more going for it
Did you
as an
say
act.
worse?
What worse
Oh,
than yeah? Horse Sense has a lot more going for it as an actual movie, cinema, film stuff. But
yeah.
if you ask me which one I'd rather watch, I'm gonna be saying Jumping Ship because the stupid stuff and the stunts are way more entertaining to me than just like a decent
Mhm.
melodrama like piece.
All I really remembered from the first marathon was that, like, collectively as a house, we liked Jumping Ship a decent bit more than Horse Sense. We were like, whoa, that was actually good. And we ranked it way higher. And now rewatching them now, I'm like, why did we think it was so much
We
better?
like
Like,
the stupid stuff.
I really don't think so. Like, okay, yeah, if you're looking for a fun movie, this one's more fun. But I think Horse Sense actually succeeds a lot more as a movie with like a more cohesive plot and lessons to be learned And Tommy's character is so much better in Horror Sense. Like, he really doesn't do much in this movie. He's kind of annoying in this one where he's just like, I wish mom knew I liked Mark. Like, what?
Hmm.
But I do like Jake. Jake is cool. He's a cool addition to the franchise. Michael's fine.
Honestly, if I take the good from this movie, I can see totally where we were having fun with it.
I just don't think it is that much better than Horse Sense. Like, okay, so Final Jake House ranking was 37, which is
Pretty
pretty high.
high.
And Horse Sense was 67. Like, I don't think Jumping Ship is 30 steps above
I
Horse
think
Sense.
Horse Sense is better.
I kind of like Horse Sense better now.
Which
But
I can
it's a
hear
good
some of
point
that
of like
argument, but
it's a good point of like Jumping Ship is way more lighthearted and has some fun stuff going. Like Horse Sense is a little boring.
if I want to watch a DCOM, Jumping Ship is scratching that itch more than Horse Sense is.
And that's
I
fair. I think I would just put them a lot closer in the rankings than they are right now. So because I also had it like 30 apart. I had Horse Sense at 77. I have Jumping Ship at 40.
Yeah, you can see your first watcher. You're also biased by the people who were watching around you. People were
Yeah.
having a good time.
And you're at 39. So we're like all right there with the Jank House ranking at 37. I have Jumping Ship in like my B tier, which is fair, I guess. But Horse Sense is in like my C tier. I think. No, it's in my D tier. I was way too harsh on Horse Sense. That's why after we're done with everything, I'm gonna re-rank it again
Hmm.
with my new perspective.
I'll probably do the same.
Yeah. But that's it. I think yeah. I think both movies have good qualities about them. I would just put them a lot closer. Like I don't think this movie is miles better than Horse Sense. I think Horse Sense I was just too harsh on it the first time, and it's actually a pretty good movie.
Hmm.
And Jumping Ship is also a good movie. They're just doing different things. It is weird that this is a sequel to that one when, like, really they don't have anything to do with each other other than the characters are the same. Yeah.
Yeah, it really. Yeah, I have nothing more to add to that. You just said a lot of the thoughts that I had.
Cool.
Ah,
So
great
that's,
podcast.
yeah, great. We did it. That's Jumping Ship.
It's Jumping Ship.
Rest in peace, Andrew Lawrence. He's not dead, but he's dead on this podcast because we
Hey,
don't have any more movies with him.
what he could easily direct a DCOM in the
I would
future.
love that. He's going to be in that new Netflix Christmas movie, and I will watch it. I won't talk about it on this podcast, but I will watch it. So that's it. That's Jumping Ship. If you have any thoughts, you can email us at thedcomduo@gmail.com. And now I gotta spin the wheel and figure out what we're watching for the next episode.
What do you think it's going to be?
That's a great question. I think it's gonna be Luck of the Irish because we haven't done that yet, and that's crazy.
We haven't done the animated Kim Possible yet, right? I'm
No.
going to say Kim Possible so the drama.
Fun. Okay, let's spin the wheel. Oh no. Oh, good luck, Charlie. It's Christmas.
Good luck, Charlie. It's Christmas.
It's time for Christmas.
I
It's
mean,
time
we're
for
going to
Good
have
Luck,
to have Christmas in
Charlie.
July at some point.
You know
So
what? That's a great point. Christmas in July. Here we go. Good luck, Charlie. Pfft, we did not like this movie when we watched it. I also didn't really watch Good Luck, Charlie, the show, so that doesn't help my opinion on this movie. But yeah, tune in 2 weeks for us to talk about Good Luck, Charlie. It's Christmas.
take care.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Scenes from our next episode.
Oh my god, let me have a dance off with my daughter.
Ooh, oh my gosh, we're going on vacation for Christmas.
Oh my gosh, this is clearly just multiple episodes stitched together, because where the hell did this, like, laser tag battle...
Don't they play like Call of Duty?
Yeah, that just randomly comes in halfway through. This definitely was not part of the original episode.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pregnant.
Oh, you're gonna be the godparents.
Does that happen?
I think so. Maybe I'm conflating stuff.
I was so mad for what's her name? Bridget Mendler. What's her character's name? Hold up,
Okay.
Teddy? I was so mad for Teddy. It's like another fucking kid that I have to help raise, probably.
I have to video record messages to now.
Yeah. That's a full-time job for
Well,
Charlie.
here's the thing. It's Bridget Mendler.
And you know what? She
She
can
has
handle
like
it.
8 full-time jobs, and she's killing it.
She's incredible. And Bridget Mendler, we trust.
Yes. Bridget Mendler, rest in peace.
Um, Ready or not, here I come. Where you at? The night is young.
And Hurricane.
Well, how's that one go? Hurricane.
Yeah, I have a hurricane. There we
There's quiet.